Hello children, welcome to our first offline class. This is something new for me also and I'm really excited about it. So the past 4 days must have been fun filled for you because it was holidays and you had lots of time to rest and play and catch up with your family. It was Muharram and Onam also, so festival time. So I hope you all had lots of fun. So last class we were studying about sources of history and the different types of sources. So today in this offline class we are actually going to look at what we studied last week. We'll be doing a small or a small revision of what we studied. Okay, so sources, what are sources, right? So a source is any item which contains historical information, an item which has some amount of information regarding history, right? That is what we call source. And also source gives us authentic information, right? What is authentic information? We discussed in last class real information, right? Real or truthful information. That is what authentic information is, right? So sources is any item which gives real or truthful information of the period which it belongs to. For example, we are taking Gandhiji's glasses. Gandhiji's glasses is a source which gives us information of the period in which Gandhiji lived, right? That is our example. Now, sources have three major purposes, and the three major purposes is that it gives information on the socio-economic aspect of a place, the socio-economic life of a place. It gives political information of a place, right? And it gives cultural information of a place. These are the three important functions of the source. So always remember these three functions of sources. It is also given on the screen. I hope you can see it. Now coming to the different types of sources, there are two types of sources, right? Written sources are there and also material sources. Let's look at what written sources are. So written sources are historical sources which are available in written form, right? Written sources are available in written form. So books, newspapers, documents, manuscripts, records, official documents, everything comes under written sources. We have also looked at manuscripts, which is a new word for us, right? So manuscript is a book or a document which is written by hand. Anything written by hand is considered as a manuscript, okay? If it's typed or printed, it is not a manuscript. If it is written by hand, it is a manuscript. So we have also looked at the different sources, the pictures of different sources of written sources, right? Examples of written sources. So here we have a manuscript. You can see the picture of the manuscript. You can see the picture of a book, newspaper, a letter. These are all written sources, right? Now let's look at what are material sources. So material sources are physical evidences. Simple enough. They are physical evidences. They are something that we can see, touch, right? Feel. We can't see or touch words. We can see words, but we can't touch words, right? Or sense these words. But material sources are something that we, right? They are physical evidences. So the examples of material sources are historical buildings, coins, inscriptions, okay, artifacts. Artifacts, what are artifacts? Artifacts are any physical items. For example, comb, brush, glasses, stick, anything that gives us information of a period. Okay, and we have also looked at what inscriptions are. Inscriptions are an example of material sources. They are writings on stone and or other hard surfaces. If you find anything, any item which is a stone and has writing on it, it is a inscription. If you find any source which is a metal, which is made of a metal like gold, copper, etc., and has writing on it, it is also an inscription, right? So any writing on hard surfaces is called inscription. So these are some examples of material sources, right? Building is there, coins is there, inscription is. We also had some a small quiz regarding what are the different types of sources. So we also learned that paintings are also so example of material source, right? So now you are very familiar with what are the different types of sources. You know how to categorize written source and material source. So now you will be reading from your textbook and understanding in depth what written or material source means. So all the best with that, children. Have a great day ahead.